Good cold morning to you, everybody. Happy holidays. It is 7:30. It is the 10th day of November 2021. It is a cold, bright, sunny morning here, and I am your guide to all the tabletop role-playing game news, weather, sports, controversy, speculation, and general internet nonsense that is the OGGM. And it's Wednesday, which means it's time to take a look at what's going on in shipping and crowdfunding news. So today we're going to take a look at everything that might be on the shelves by this Friday, but I wouldn't count on it. So the best thing for you to do is head on down to your friendly local game store, that's Cess Games and Anime here in Ventura, and ask them to look into it for you. Anyways, at the top of the list, top of the list, we have a game from Genesis called Expedition from the Mysterious Peaks. If that sounds strangely familiar, it is an homage to the previous Expedition to the Barrier Peaks. This is both a science fiction adventure and a fantasy adventure. So there's two simultaneously stories that can intertwine. One is the fantasy adventuring party, and the other would be the visiting team of space travelers to the crashed spaceship. So yeah, if you want to throw a little spaceship, laser gun, robot, cybernetic nonsense into your fantasy game, this might be a good adventure for you if you can't find a copy of Expedition to the Barrier Peaks. Also, Wizards of the Coast has released a very non-informative overview for Strixhaven, the next and, maybe final book for the year. I think there's another one coming out, I'm not sure. We know that it's an adventure for 1 to 10 levels. It's about a plot to destroy the Strixhaven University. It's going to include things like a magical tavern game, a magical frog race, an improv festival, and other social encounters. The big thing that Wizards of the Coast is saying that this is the first ever adventure that can be resolved through character interaction and diplomacy, and not every encounter has to be solved by combat. Of course, that is completely and utterly wrong, because there have been several adventures throughout the history of the hobby that could be resolved without combat, and there are including social encounters and stuff like that. Top of the list, of course, are adventures that TSR and Wizards of the Coast have published in the past, including Chateau de l'Amberville, which had several encounters that could be resolved through diplomacy and character interaction and role-playing, and Child Play, which is another adventure where almost every encounter could be resolved without combat. The big thing here is they're saying it's all about non-combat interaction and diversity and playing Harry Potter and D&D, but of course that is, BS, because, again... So if you are one of the people who are excited about this, we should have some more previews of it coming soon. And if you're one of the individuals who said, no way, I do not want D&D prom in my D&D game, well, I'm sorry, it's here, and we're going to talk about it. You can ignore those vlogs. In other release news, the following products may be on the shelves in addition to those. We have from DM Dave, Dungeons for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, Broadsword Monthly number 17 for August 2021. Mind you, it's November, but of course everything is back. Backlog, shipping, stuff like that. So this is a $25 magazine. That's a lot of money for a magazine. But again, really, isn't it? I mean, isn't it like $9 for People magazine now? So yeah, it includes several 5th edition doodads and adventures and monsters and stuff. So if that's some of your kind of thing, this is number 17. I have yet to see any of these, but doesn't mean they don't exist. From Solus Games, we have for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition something called Div Tieflings. This is a softcover adventure that includes history and background information about the mischievous Div Tieflings, and also alternative racial traits for Tieflings, new class options, the Bardic Seducer and the Fighter Super, and a new adventure location to challenge any player. Div Tiefling or Divine Tieflings? So if an Asmir and a Tiefling hook up and the baby is a Div Tiefling, I don't know. It's an optional adventure for D&D 5th edition, so whatever. From Tony Diterlizzi, Diterlizzi, Diterlizzi? From Tony Diterlizzi for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, we have player character record sheets. It's $24 for a book of character record sheets, including art by Mr. Tony. And it includes, room for backstory and stuff. So you could spend $24 for a book of character record sheets. You can get them online for free, or you could just use a piece of paper. From Necrotic Gnome, we have Carcass Crawler #1 for old school essentials. This includes new classes, thief skills, black powder, firearms rules, and other stuff for the old school essentials role-playing game and the OSR in general. From Gelatinous Cubism Press. Okay, that one's kind of cool. We have an adventure called In the Shadows of Talver Silvervax, also for the OSE/OSR. This is a softcover adventure set in the wilderness, featuring a tower that's probably haunted, and your adventurers have to go and do adventure-y stuff. It's a low to mid-level adventure for up to 6 players. From Columbia Games for Harn World, wow, there's a name we haven't heard in a while, Harn. We have Nauron's Way and Zurin's Fortress. Nauron's Way is a softcover supplement for $10, and Zurin's Fortress is a softcover supplement for $15. These are both adventure settings and adventures for the world of Harn. Always nice to see the world of Harn taking a swing out into the friendly local game store market. That's Cess Games and Anime here in Ventura. From Tuesday Night Games for Mothership, we have Chromatic Transference and the Hacker Handbooks. These are both pamphlets, $15 pamphlets, featuring adventures and general information for the space action horror game Mothership. Wow, Mothership is seeing a lot of love this year, considering it came out 3 years ago? But this definitely seems to be the year that people are finally taking notice of Mothership. Off the top of my head, I think we've seen at least 10 to 12 adventures and supplements from Mothership, so it might be a good time to take a look again at Mothership. So we have 2 pamphlets. $15 is a lot of money for a pamphlet, though. From Exalted Funeral Press, we have Mystic Punk's Quick Start Rules for a game called Mystic Punk. This is a softcover quick start for $15, which makes me wonder how the actual game costs if the quick start is $15. Mystic Punk is basically a high school mystic Harry Potter, Stranger Things kind of thing. It's $19 for the full game, so $20 for the and that's for the collector edition for the full game, not just the regular game, but the super duper extra art nice is $20, or you could spend $5 left for a quick start. But just spend the $20 if you're going to play the game. Also, there's no such thing as a Mystic Punk. Stop using that word. Also, from Exalted Funeral, we have Disciples of Bone and Shadow. This is for Conquered Sun Edition. This is a softcover rule book for a one-player game with free-form character creation system where you'll be able to create new characters and start delving into ruins, caves, and exploring the wilderness in a matter of minutes. With the help of tables and the systems found in the rulebook, you'll be able to generate a fresh new world on the fly with no previous preparations required, where you can just sit around and role-play a character by yourself in the dark with nobody else. Or you could just play a video game. Anyways, it's $25 for that. From Noble Knight Games, we have free RPG one-day cent items. So these are for 1 cent. This is all the stuff that was available that they made for free RPG Day. You could go to Noble Knight Games and get these for a penny. But you have to spend $15. So spend $15 and get an extra thing for free. So this is for a penny. So this is all the things that they made available for free RPG Day. If you spend $15, you get an additional one for a penny. The only thing on here I think I'd want is the pins. I mean, they're all just basically Kickstart rules and stuff like that you could also just get up for free if you want the PDF. It's interesting that you have to spend $15, but you can get an additional product for a penny. I think we saw this last year as well. I remember mentioning it, and I think I pretty much said the same thing last year as I said this year. I could just go get the PDFs for free. So yeah, the top one of the list, other than Strixhaven, none of these really look interesting this week. It's always nice to see stuff for Old School Essentials / the OSR, and it's definitely nice to see Harn. Columbia Games tossing out a Harn product. That's rare. On the other hand, we have this $15 pamphlets, which is just ridiculous. A $15 soft cover quick start rules for a game I could get for $20 using the word Mystic Punks. So right there, I am never going to buy your game because you use Mystic Punks. There's no such thing as Mystic Punks. Stop using our word. And that's about it. So yeah, I guess Strixhaven is the thing we're going to be following probably for the rest of this week and next week as we get more and more information on Strixhaven. I have been your tabletop role-playing guide to all the nonsense going on in the world of shipping. These are all products that might be on the shelf by this Friday, but because of the, all the things that are going on with shipping and production, plus now we're in the holidays, I can't guarantee that any of these are available. The best thing to do is head on down to your friendly local game store. That's Cess Games and Anime here in Ventura. And ask the staff of your friendly local game store if they have any information on any of these products or previous products or products coming up. But it's the holidays, so yeah, we might see Strixhaven by the end of the year, or who knows, it might be delayed. I really can't say. Till next time, if you appreciate this content, let me know. If you don't appreciate this content, let me know, because I can't fix it if you don't tell me what's broken. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Help me hit 1,000 subs and we'll do something crazy. As always, like, share, subscribe. Have a great day, stay warm, and stay off my land.